It's a story that sounds like something from a Hollywood movie, but it's real. A CEO stood up to corporate corruption and lost his job for it. Most people think CEOs lose power because of poor performance, missed targets, or market disruption. But what if a CEO was actually fired for trying to expose wrongdoing, even when it was in the company's best interest? Today, we're going to dive into one of the most bizarre and rarely told corporate sagas. The story of a long-time executive whose attempt to expose deep financial irregularities obliterated his career. The company at the center of this explosion was Olympus Corporation, a renowned multinational, best known for cameras, medical equipment, and precision instruments. In 2011, a relatively little-known executive, Michael Christopher Woodford, was appointed CEO of Olympus. He had been with the company for nearly 30 years and was one of its most seasoned insiders. But within just 2 weeks of becoming CEO, Woodford uncovered something shocking. The company had engaged in decades-long financial concealment, billions of dollars in investment losses, shady payments, and suspicious acquisition deals that didn't add up. We're not talking about ordinary accounting errors. We're talking about hundreds of millions and potentially billions of dollars hidden through unaudited subsidiaries, secret intermediaries, and unexplained fees. Woodford confronted the board internally, demanding transparency, answers, and accountability. And at that moment, the company's entire culture, a culture of secrecy, opacity, and closed-door decision-making, revealed itself. Instead of applauding Woodford for raising critical questions, the board fired him. Not after a long investigation, not after media pressure. Within 2 weeks of being appointed, he was removed as CEO, the board claiming he was disruptive and questioning his understanding of the company. This wasn't because of bad earnings, poor leadership, or any obvious business failure. It was because he tried to expose corruption and questionable deals that might have cost the company billions. What happened next was even more extraordinary. Woodford went public with what he discovered. He shared the internal evidence with regulators, media, and eventually forced one of the biggest corporate accounting scandals in Japanese history into the open. Suddenly, the company that had dismissed him was under international scrutiny. The president and other executives were forced to resign. Board members stepped down. The company's reputation collapsed. And all of it started because one executive refused to stay silent. Here's the twist most people never tell you. Woodford kept his seat on the board even after being removed as CEO because he was one of the very few insiders who actually understood the depths of the corruption he had uncovered. He didn't vanish quietly. He became a central figure in the unraveling of years of cover-ups. The magnitude of this scandal was so significant that it wiped out a large portion of the company's valuation, reshaped corporate governance conversations in Japan, and inspired reforms in how boards oversee financial transparency. What makes this story so compelling and unique is that it flips the usual narrative about CEO firings. This wasn't a CEO fired because of failure. It was a CEO fired because he threatened to expose the truth. In most boardrooms, when an executive starts unraveling decades of house rules, rules that protect insiders and conceal inconvenient realities, the system doesn't react by rewarding them. The system reacts by eliminating the threat. And in this case, that threat was the person who was supposed to be leading the company. But Woodford's actions eventually brought the house down on the very people who tried to bury the truth.